All right. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is July 28th. We're taking a look at NASDAQ this morning. We had a pretty nice gap higher during the overnight session. NQ now pulling back a bit back into that prior day high, last week's high, previous all time high, which was marked on Friday. Pretty straightforward for today. I want to see how price is going to be responding to that prior day high as the primary reference point for today's session. Given that we do have a pretty stacked week as far as economic data is concerned, it can definitely be a slower day today. So I'm going to be looking for any signs of slowness, any signs of choppiness. Last week, that was pretty much the characteristic of price action all week long. A lot of slowness, a lot of choppiness. You had some isolated bursts of activity. But ultimately, my goal for today is to sit out of any chop, assuming that we do see some choppiness. We do have FOMC on Wednesday. We have, I think it's going to be PCE on Thursday, if I remember correctly, and then NFP on Friday. So the back half of this week is pretty stacked. It's pretty stacked. So with that in mind, what is the likelihood that we actually see some volatility for today? Well, from my perspective, it's pretty low, pretty low. So there's the open NQ right into that prior day high, right there, overnight low 466. Volume pretty decent right off the open. Session volume point of control up there at 537. You have a overnight gap here. Gap fills down into 434. Got ES right near that prior day high as well. NQ into 23,500. That's going to be a psychological level. Those double zero levels. Right back into prior day high. RTY into the overnight low. And look at that, 3 minutes into the open, you already have a volume reading. Right at the average, slightly below average there. Another one just beneath average. NQ sitting on that prior day high here. Ray passed on the spring, that right off the open right there. Talking about that right there, that would have been kind of tough to catch. Right through there. Got VWAP up there near 512. NQ getting back into session highs here. It's your new high of day. It's a decent little hold of the prior day high. RTY now into the prior day high as well. If you trade Russell. Session volume point of control just shifted into 500. So that's psychological level. There we go. Nice little push. See if VWAP's going to trade. Volume already terrible. Already right off the open. ES already quite choppy this morning. We're just looking to see if NQ can show a little continuation from the prior day high. Tried out a couple of longs there near prior day high, trailed them both. First one opening drive trade. Second one a little micro higher low versus that prior day high. Looking for some follow through. Couple of little scalps there. Third little test of that prior day high. Meanwhile, ES is resolving lower. Tom says Trump speaking. That's good info. Did not grab that third test of the prior day high, but it's holding again there. Very tight range right now. 30-point range. There's all that below average volume chop already showing itself. Session volume point of control shifted a couple points lower right there, 498.5. NQ getting back into session highs here. Was another nice hold of the prior day high. No position, didn't want to hit it again. Didn't want to push my luck there. But technically speaking, it's valid. NQ new high of day. Coming into VWAP now. See how VWAP's going to be treated. You have the weekly open right through there as well. 520. So that's the move I was looking for with those first two attempts. Not bad. Not bad. Good to see the levels working. Caught that, Albert. Nice. Nicely done. Volume back to average. Actually looks a little better. Looking a little bit better. Right now, just sitting patient. Staying patient, staying patient, staying patient. MNQ booped into session lows. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a big discrepancy there. Wow. Don't usually see that. That's good news for the 2-hour trader framework enjoyers. That was your target. That right there is a prime reason why I always have some orders out, like take profit orders just already resting there, ready to go. Because a lot of the time, something like this, you cannot react quickly enough. I'm still chilling with my 2 trades. 2 for 2 on the morning. We'll take that. 9 minutes till 10 a.m. Is there data? I don't think so. I do not think so. Let's see. No. No data. No data. NQ trying to build out another higher low here. NQ almost a new high. Is that a new high? Not quite. Five minutes till 10 a.m. No data. NQ made a new high of day right there. Not much to do here, honestly. Just chilling, yes, sir. Same. Another higher low in the making right there. One minute till 10 a.m. No data. So we had a couple longs versus prior day high. No, NQ bumping into that weekly open 520 area, volume below average. Got some new highs on the session right there. There's 10 a.m. Dom's long, nice. Half size reclaim and retest of 500. Solid psychological level there with volume point of control. This might be an early sesh. Not much I can do here. A little uptick in volume. Very small. Another higher low right there. Intraday higher low. You have ES up into session highs, it looks like. Staying patient right now. I like to see another test of the prior day high. Otherwise, I want to see how this structure, this intraday structure right now, it's a series of higher lows. So technically a trend higher. I want to see how it continues to build. I don't have much I can use as far as reference points in this area. Volume is also quite low. Something that was written up this morning in the pre-market prep notes. Something to watch for. Let's take a look at ES. Yeah, ES looks pretty good here, actually. Check out that 5 minute. It's a nice 5 minute versus prior day close. Wow, yeah. Pretty nice. Can't sleep on that gap fill spot. That prior day close, always a nice reference point. I'll probably give this session another 20 minutes max before calling it. It's waking up a little bit right there. A little uptick in volume, back in a session volume point of control. How's the morning for everyone so far? What's it looking like out there? Slow, green? You got ES making a fresh high on the session. Grabbed a little tiny scalp right there on good old ES. That was a retest of the prior day high. New high of day, pull back in a prior day high. Gives you the higher low. Push that trail into profit. Let's see if we get a nice push here. At least in a VWAP. Nicole in that same ES trade. Nice. Yeah, the idea right there. See a fresh session high. We'll pull back. A micro pullback there under the prior day high. 6431. Like to trim a little more up into this VWAP area if price can get there. Got trailed on the ES, little scalp, couple points. Not gonna overstay my welcome in that thing with all the low volume choppiness right now. And Q here also struggling with that weekly open, 23,520, below average volume. Might be time to call it. I'm gonna give it 10 more minutes. 2 hour trader, even with the current backdrop, 2 hour trader is an entry. It's a way to enter. So if you have other filters to keep you in a trade or put you in a trade or keep you out of a trade, that would be something independent of how to enter. Lewis, do I look at order flow? No order flow. No order flow here. I've looked at it in the past. I'm lightly familiar with it, but I did not see anything there that would really enhance my current edge. So I'm always trying to decide between, is this piece of new information good signal or is it just noise? And a lot of the time it ends up just being noise, just complicates things. I like simplicity. I like to keep it as simple as possible. That said, nothing wrong with the order flow. It's just, that's not my game. That's not my thing. That might be it for today. Just one little scalp in NQ, or excuse me, ES. So long at the prior day high with the pullback. And then in NQ, we tried the prior day high as well. A couple of different times there on NQ. Actually missed the main move I was looking for because I didn't want to hit it a third time. There's 2 trades in NQ, so for 3 for 3 on the morning. It's like NQ rolling over a bit more here. Oh yeah, big volume coming in. D-Wall's getting filled on his take profit. That's for sure. And we have a little bit of news hit the tape right there. Let's see the news feed. Let's see. Nothing that I see there. Nothing that I'm seeing. Friday high even held there again. Imagine that. That's crazy. Imagine that. That's insane. That's just wild. Horizontal lines. So I don't need any order flow. Just need a horizontal line on the chart. This is a morning of scalps right here. Actually ended up being a pretty nice morning, all things considered. Man, 4 for 4 after this. I'm going to call it right after this. Here's the trail, 98. There it is. Trail out. Trail out. We'll call it good right there. 3 for 3 in NQ, 1 for 1 in ES. All scalps. All good. As always, I never go into any trade with the intention to scalp. I'm looking for those higher targets, but if it lacks follow through, if it doesn't show the follow through I'm looking for, then it can end up being a scalp. Basically, I define a scalp as a trade that just did not hit the targets I'm looking for. Could have had a little bit of a tighter entry there. A little bit late with it, but level was holding. So we grabbed that piece. MNQ into session highs. Is there a big discrepancy this morning? Yeah, there it is. Session highs. Damn. There it is. Nice uptick in volume nonetheless. May have trailed a tad early there, but I don't want to push my luck today. No reason for it. It's gonna be a stacked week, most likely. Would be my best guess with all the economic data we have, and then the tariff deadline August 1st. So I would expect some trade headlines to be hitting as well. All right, a couple more minutes here, and then we're going to call it. We came into the session with the main focus as the prior day high. Wanted to see how price responded to the prior day high. And you have pretty much 3 or 4 opportunities versus the prior day high. Now, a few of these are going to need to be most likely on less than a 1 minute time frame chart to secure a nice entry, but nonetheless, level holds. Level holds, that's all we can ask for. Turned out to be a nice Monday, yes, sir. Enjoy your vacation, Ray. So for the rest of the morning, I'm going to keep an eye on prior day high is the main level. Got an overnight low down through here as well, and then the session high up here at 530. See if price just continues kind of within this tight range. I'm most interested in watching the action down here. Right through there. So that's the game plan. Any trades later this morning will be in the XFAs. The personal account gets shut down. There's the recap. 3 longs and NQ. And there's ES. 1 long and ES. There it is. 4 for 4. Not bad, not bad. All right, folks. Have a great rest of your morning. Thanks for your time today. I hope no one got chopped up. These are pretty choppy conditions here. Don't overdo it. Don't press your luck in the choppiness. That's kind of the main lesson from last week and the week before. A lot of traders I'm speaking with are getting chopped up. Avoid the chop. Avoid the chop. We will see you tomorrow morning. Have a great rest of your day.